evening. How we doing? Welcome. It's the end of Hellblade coming up. I think this will be the last one tonight. I think we're about an hour left, maybe. But that's a pure guess. I've played about 8 hours, so which is a complete slow mode for this, because I think you complete the actual full lot in about 6.5. So yeah, we are very close to the end, so we'll see what time we finish, whether we do anything else after that. But there is a feature as part of this game. It says to watch it afterwards because of spoilers, so we'll watch that at the end just to finish off this playthrough. And yeah, we'll get stuck into another game. Well, maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday onwards, and see what happens. So let me finish this just here, so it's all out of the way. Oops, right, load the game up. Always takes a little bit of time to do its business. If you do want to catch up with this playthrough, I got a rip ears. Yeah, there's a playlist on my YouTube channel and also a collection on my Twitch channel. So yeah, you can catch up on that, but it's worth watching all of it through, to be honest. It's a pretty good story. Especially last night's. It was pretty hairy in places, pretty scary. You got back on time. That's why I left it for 12 minutes, just in case there was anyone lurking around that was wanting to watch the end of this. I think we're having to go this way, aren't we now? Yes. Hairy. Just wonder how a sword was. Couldn't see. Fingers crossed we'll not get any issues with the old internet.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far. Go on.
Look.
Up. Just up there.
Listen to us.
That's it.
Shall we tell her where to go?
Shall we?
Does she know which way to look? Does she know her way into the mountain?
She's a good girl, isn't she?
Look up.
So clever.
Did you miss us?
Oh, she did. She didn't.
Are you glad we're back?
She's so glad we're back. Go
We
on.
know which way to go.
Go
Look
up. Go up. Go up into the mountain.
There's a door.
You can do it.
You can see it.
Come on, Senwa.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Oh god. There's no going back now, girl. Room for it. take it in. So we're going to be going in there with your bluey, glowy sword. Is anyone else nervous? I am. I'm extremely nervous. Oh God.
But you can feel it. He can see you.
It's watching you.
Can you feel it?
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature. A dragon.
God. It's disgusting. There's no going back after this.
It's watching you.
Shh.
It's watching you.
Can you feel it?
Oh God.
You can't go back now.
Close your eyes.
Behind the door. What is it? She can feel it.
No.
Don't open the door.
Close your eyes.
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
Oh God.
Then do it!
Oh God. Help me. Hold my hand, chap. We'll go together. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
She can't make it. She can't.
The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
Oh, it's locked. Now you'd think it's that way, but I think it's... Oh God, stuff it. In for a penny. Oh shit. It wasn't that way. You watch, I'm gonna end up turning into one of those things. It is this way. Straight ahead.
The beast is stalking shadows. Your sword is useless here.
Ready? Go.
Run! It's too dangerous.
It's not. Torch, get a torch.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here.
Who is it? Something there.
It's the beast.
No,
No, it's not.
it's a trick.
She knows that.
Does she? What is that voice?
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
They always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
And they want me with them.
stop.
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't listen
Do you
to them.
see them? Do you see their faces?
He's coming. Senua, help me. Help, get me out of here. Don't go. She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness.
Oh great, I've got to find this
She
thing in
took
pitch
her own
black.
life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Zinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
I have no idea at all where I'm going. Good God. Sat-nav's not working.
Her torch is going out.
No, it's not. It's gonna run out soon.
She hasn't got much time.
Out.
She's too slow.
It's not going to burn out.
The darkness will come again.
It's going to stay. You have a light. Safe, Rita.
Is there any more? What are? God. Is there another lamp somewhere? What? Let me... like these bad boys. I don't puck. Yeah, but it wasn't working. I'm not after a pee though, that's the problem. Although I do need a pee, I'll probably end up peeing myself. Where's his P? There. Is it this way? It's not. Is it? My God, why does it not let me do it? Jesus fuck. Why is it not letting me select it? It's because I've not looked at the fucking door, that's why. Oh my God. This way, wouldn't it? I should let people 4 times for last peanut might say it's perfect. Need to look at these things, don't I? That's why it's not working, I don't think. Right, now we can do it. No, was it? I've gone too far now, haven't I? No, it's this way. And this way.
Hidden in plain sight. She has it. You have it.
Okay, okay.
Two more to find. Two more to find. These pointless rules. Time. Symbols are pointless.
Fuck, I fell off the edge.
What if you collect them and there's nothing behind the door?
Save Dillian.
It's just another trick.
It's just another trick.
Just to distract her from her real mission.
You think you know, but you don't.
Your mother is you don't know anything.
I think you do, but you don't. It's just shite down there. I can't spell any day, Puck. Don't worry about it. That one. Okay. So we've done that one. That's locked, so I'm guessing we have to go this way. Can I light this, please? Thank you. Much obliged. Thank you. Fucking noises. My God. think we're back in here. Why did that light up then? I need more than lollies. I need a freaking diaper. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Hello. Oh god.
Take him down! Take him down! Get him down!
Holy shit, in fire.
Get up quick! It's not over! It's not over!
Fuck. Holy fucking doodle doo.
He's gone! You can't go anywhere without your light. Take the torch and move.
How do I take the fucking torch? How do I pick the torch up? Oh my god, chat.
What's she doing? She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's hiding behind. Do you think you can keep away from the shadows if you liked?
Shut up. It was lag. So much lag. It's ridiculous. God. It's nasty. Oh, was that?
She has it. She did it. She's done it.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night. The faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them.
Where's the last one?
I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
That's locked. Been through there. Been down. Fuck. Is there, have I missed like a secret door or something? I've been there. Just wonder if there's any more. Been here. It's this door here I think I need to get through somehow. I'd have to go up. I think I have to go up, maybe. Go around again. That's a cross. So we've been here. But that's the only stairway up. There's no way up there, is there? No. Oh god. Back across the other side. This way? Holy cow. Why is this so difficult? Think. There's nothing down here, was there? Oh shit. I swear to God. Oh god, 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 oh god. Oh fuck.
The light's gone out. Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here. What's that?
Swear to God. Banzai.
You have to rest here. She's stuck. She hasn't found the roots. Stay in this. Stay. You're safe in the light.
Ready?
Stay here. She's stuck. She has found the roots. Without the roots, you are nothing.
Go.
Get the next light. Just go quick. Run. Look. Fire. How does she get to it? Fire. She has to go towards it.
There's a P. There's a P's.
Light. She won't make it. Don't be afraid. She's too. She will. She has to make it.
There's a P. What's a piece here? Need to come back and light this one. Are we ready, chat? 3, 2, 1, go! Go! Hellfire.
Where's the torch? See, now she can find the room. She can find it.
God's sake.
The light.
God's sake.
Where is it?
God's sake. God's sake. God's sake.
The light will guide you.
Fucking right. Let's light all these buggers. Quick, let's go. Have all the peas and the poos.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Can you feel them? Can you see them? Where are they? She can listen. She doesn't know. Look. Use your eyes. Where is it?
What?
What are you waiting for? Oh, there it is.
Holy fuck.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind,
Oh, shush.
searching for weakness.
The only weakness I've got is I'm hungry at this point.
And used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, that she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
This way.
Go through the door. The door is open. It's open. You have to go through. She opened it with a sword. She'd get her mother out. Her mother doesn't exist. Where is her mother? It's just another trick.
It's a trap. The beast is coming.
Oh shit. Fucking run. Run. Oh god.
What have you done?
Oh shit.
You've lost it. It's over.
The darkness is back. Lost him. You've lost him. Get it out. Get to the light.
Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed.
Shit's just gone bad.
Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zimbo while you pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? fretting. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Tilly. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Tilly.
You need a torch. Can I not get that torch? God damn it, can't get the torch. He's bloody lost his head. What type of joke's that? I'm going to jump off the edge. So far down.
Keep going. Use the light. Keep going. Use it. Where is she going?
The beast is down there.
No. She knows the beast is down there. She'll be going towards him. He's always watching you. The beast is there. You're never safe from him. You can feel him. She needs to find him. Where is he? She's found it. She's lost it and she has to find it. I can feel it. Where is it? Leave the torch alight.
Here. Come on, is there something I can light? Oh god. Hey, these fuckers. Fucking can't dodge and against the fucking wall. Oh shit.
The focus is gone. It's coming back.
Focus now. It's finished.
Oh. Jesus Christ. Give me the fucking torch. This shit. It's not sustainable. Let's go up this way. No, obviously not up this way. Where's the steps? It's back down around there, isn't it? Booyah! Strats. Oh God. God. Wow. Ready for this. Go.
And she did. Her father tried to help her, but she wouldn't listen. He was doing his best.
We're safe.
She never
For a second.
listened. Why didn't she listen to him? Trying to help her.
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Zindel was right.
Zindel was trying to save her from the darkness.
But she wouldn't listen. She never stupid.
Yes, stupid. Yes, I know.
Everybody is dead.
Because of her. All
Completely stupid.
so weak. She should have known. She should have thought. Why doesn't she learn? How she learns?
God.
Understand.
Now the darkness has Dillian's soul.
And it will take it and never give it back.
She can search and search, but she will never find.
She's let the darkness in. It's the end.
The darkness will take her like it took her mother.
She can't resist. Pointless even trying to retrieve it.
Oh. It's nasty. Holy shit.
She's got to go deeper to find the head.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
Oh God. There's no getting up after this. Only one way down, no way up. Oh shit. Oh, fucked. So,
Sigurd kills the dragon, Rayan wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself. Rayan also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
The lights run out. She'll go. She has to. She can't.
Okay.
She's going to go through anyway. The light will run out. The darkness will speak. And she'll die.
It's this thing here. I don't think I have to go through there. It's definitely that. Well, that was going to be too much luck, wasn't it? Oh, I can't climb up there. Damn it. Why can't you climb in this game? No. Can't. There is a light. Is there a light? Is it light on that side or is it dark? I don't know. I need to light that other... I haven't got any choice, have I? I'm going to have to go through. I'm going to have to go through. Unless I can sneak. Shit.
Keep going, keep going. Stop. Get through. She has to. Force it. Get up. Get up. What are you doing?
Oh my god. I shit you not. That's locked. Don't know what to do. I'm gonna go down there. Is there something to turn that waterfall on? Oh shit. There's a light there, but I need to light this torch somehow, and I don't know what to do. Oh god.
Keep going, keep going. Stop.
Do I need to... I wonder...
Stop!
Right. No.
Stop!
Trying to see if that... I'm sure that waterfall was getting less every time I ran through.
Faster, keep going. Stop!
Fuck, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I know we need to run up there, but I can't get this through. This is going to be a tricky one. Might have to have someone Google it for me. Is that getting bigger, that gap? Because was there a gap in that waterfall when it started? I don't think there was. It's not about the waterfall. Someone else who's either played it or watched it. It's not about the waterfall. I know I need to light this thing here, and that'll cast a shadow onto here. Playdown completed. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Nice to see another face. This is so frustrating. Because I'll kick myself when I know what it is. Need to do something else, I guess. But there's nothing else around here, is there? There's nothing around here, is there? Or is there? Holy crap. This is the other side of where we were. Yeah, I like this bad boy.
What's she doing?
She's lighting the tape.
She's making light. She's making a fire.
She's got light on the other side.
She'll be safe. What's her plan? What's she thinking? How's she going to get there?
You've brought the luck with your Scion.
Follow you.
Quick.
Now she can go. Where is she going? Faster, faster, keep going, keep going.
Take that. Take that. Poggers. Let's have a pogger in chat. Oh, this game.
Dillion.
It's actually
She
mind
can't
draining.
help but think of him.
Having
Tender
to
guiding
think about it.
flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Should eat the heart himself. Rayan wants Fafnir's. Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rayan wants Fafnir's gold. Sigurd should kill Rayan before Rayan kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild, the Valkyrie, who sleeps unenchanted sleep. Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rayan, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure.
Nice.
And he embarks on a new quest. To ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild, the Valkyrie.
You must watch. You must love watching streamers play this Scion, because you know exactly what's coming up. Oh God. Oh well. Nice knowing everyone. Ta-ta. Save game. Oh, crap. This reminds me of Labyrinth, where she falls in with the maze at the beginning. Oh God. Lift the torch up. Lift the torch up.
I hear you.
Lift the torch up.
I'm coming for you.
Oh shit.
Dillion, I see you.
The beast has Dillion.
No,
Oh fuck.
you're not taking it from me.
I warn you, Senua. I can smell your
No,
betrayed your god.
I am leaving with him.
You turn your back on me. That is why Dillion will rot in hell. Come into my shadow.
Oh fuck.
weak they can
Oh
get.
god. I was behind him. Get the fuck up. Wow. Really? Really? Is it like one hit? Oh my god. It's not on. Oh my god.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Can't do it. Puking dark. He's puking dark. He's breathing. The darkness is everywhere.
Holy fuck, he's gonna come out with 1,000 miles an hour. No, get up. Is this the fucking third phase?
Go.
Fucking move. Fucking hell.
She's hurt. She won't make it.
This is ridiculous.
Still do it. We're winning.
Oh. How many deaths? 5 up to now, I think. That is not fucking fair. What?
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force,
Oh my god.
and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand. Cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals. Kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. But maybe Dillion would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, my love.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore. But believe this. It was my mission to make you hate. To hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest. Pull it out of it. A feeling that your failures track. All this time, I've wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me to the mountain. To trust him. As deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
Oh God.
I know.
Let's go, chat. How much longer is there left in this game? Sion, if you're still there. Is this, we near the end game?
Hey, how you doing?
Mother, I won't let the darkness
Thank you much for the follow.
I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillion. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
Sacrificed to him. Now is your chance. Must get through. You have to get up. She can't. She must. She's too weak. She has to.
Right. Let's do this, chat.
She's gonna neglect again. What will happen when she meets Hela? She must beg. She must fight. She must bargain with Hela. Fight. She has to fight. Will she fight?
Let's fight.
Kill Hela. It's the only way. Now she has Odin's. She can do it. The sword, the slave. No, she can't. It's too dangerous. She's too weak. She has the sword. She is fighting. She is fighting. She must defeat Hela. There is no way she can defeat Hela. She must. Hela is. You can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous.
Shards.
She can't fix it. She's done it before. She can. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it? There must be a way. So you have to try. She'll never make it.
Okay.
She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. You have to fight on. Be powerful. The final battle. Get his soul back. It's the final task.
Yes, it is. This isn't just a broken bridge, is it?
No.
Mother,
You showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Okay. I think there's anything here, is there? Nope. Right, got these next flight. Just about to look down onto the shards and put them back together. Hopefully.
She can do it.
She can do it.
She can still see the secrets of the gods. She's differently.
Okay.
Special. Can do it. She must see. She has the sight. She can see their secrets.
Interesting. Is that here? All screwed up there. What's he keep looking up there for? Shard hunt. It is. Need to do this. Must be on the other side, maybe. I don't know. Keeps looking up that way. Get this anyway.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Interesting. Gone the wrong way. There's nothing, can't be anything down here. Because this is all looking upwards, so... Okay. Save game. Need to go up.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
The voice acting's really good in this game as well, to be honest. Well chosen.
She did it.
Got on the other side now. Can't get down this way. God damn it, I've got a long way again. On that other side. Hello from the other side. Oh my god.
Behind you!
I didn't hear any voices then, I just saw her take a sword and thought, oh crap, and just a quick dodge.
How's she going to find his hammer?
Now I'm lost. This way.
How will she get it? She must bargain. No. She'll kill her. She cannot bargain with Hela. She's not strong enough to kill her. What does Hela want? No one can bargain with Hela. What does Hela want? What can she give her? She could give her her own soul. No. She'd rather die. It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give. She has a warrior soul. What more could she give? A curse.
lost soul.
Of course she is, no matter what she does.
She can feel the climbing up her.
She can find her. She can find her at Ragnarok.
She's a warrior. She's come this far.
Hela will want to find her. Strong.
Hang on.
Her soul is valuable.
Hela will want her soul.
Hela.
Can't
She
get
can take Dillion's soul
round.
and lay him to rest.
Hela. She can get
You
his
can go
soul
the other way.
back.
He's got back.
She's so close to saving Dillion.
She can do it. She just has to be prepared to fight for it.
Few have come this far.
She can finally put him to rest.
What if she falls at the final hurdle?
She won't.
There's nothing up there.
Then
It's
Hela will
been,
take both their souls.
She will defeat Hela. It's all for nothing.
Saved.
The sword will be eternally down,
No. She'll stay here forever.
being tortured.
No. No. She'll stay here forever. She's stuck. Hela.
She will join Dillion in Hela. What happens if she saves Dillion's soul?
What happens to Senua?
The darkness will take her anyway.
These fucking shards.
She can't win.
There's nothing she can do. She'll be stuck in the darkness forever, whatever she does.
She'll lay him to rest. She'll take
There's
his
an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way.
She can see it.
She must align herself. She can do it.
There's the door.
She aligns herself. It's there.
Oof. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's taking a bit longer than expected to finish this. I think Neurolis was quite as much. Hopefully it'll be done in the next hour. Oh god. Save games usually not very good.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Ugh, god. Sounds like fun. Of course it's locked. Of course it's fucking locked. Let's go this way. Always do these just in case I need to get through them quickly. Oh, clipping. I'm some way up. Who's whispering? Someone buy me a McDonald's. Really? Oh my fucking god. fuck?
It's nearly over. Finish it.
Fuck. Oh my god. If you get the chain links in the combat, it's pretty cool. Reminds me of Batman. Love playing the Batman games when you link things together. Did it. We did it, chat. We did it, chat. We're on our way. No, this is just easy. I always play these types of games on easy, just to enjoy the story more than combat. I just find if you get stuck in the combat and stuff, it kind of spoils it. So I'd rather enjoy the game first, and if I want to go back and sort of try it on a harder difficulty, then I can do that, and not kind of worry about destroying the storyline.
Behind you! There's blood! Finish it! End it now! Behind you!
Shit.
You know what to do. Remember the warrior's orders. You can do this. Focus. He's gone! Yes,
Ugh.
Behind you!
Fucking hell.
Finished!
The path to hell.
I can sense her.
Where is she going? She's getting closer to him. She's going to die.
I'm scared.
Wait. What happens when she dies? What happens to me when she dies?
You'll die too.
I don't want to die.
That was intense.
Stop
we're ready to chat.
We don't want to die. Stop. Senua, turn.
Wait.
What?
What happens when she dies?
What happens to us?
What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We
I
die
don't want
too.
to die.
I don't want
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua,
Stop.
Turn back.
Stop. Stop her. Why is she going? Stop. Senua, stop.
What happens to us?
You can go wash some dishes in the restaurant. Stop speaking to me.
Stop her. Why would she stop?
To die, she won't stop. Stop.
I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. 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 You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid, like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
Thanks for the biddies.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Doing this together.
Be like this. Turn away, Senua.
Ouch.
Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness? Faces fear and suffering.
I can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too.
Bit late for that.
You understand, Senua?
Thanks for the host, Melon.
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie.
It's about to go down.
You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you! And so you killed her!
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her! You killed her! You are the darkness!
Alright, we're going in, boys and girls.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me!
see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
What the hell am I gonna do with that shit?
Look at you. Running forward but moving backwards to wallow in your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You still believe it is a lie? The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion so if the darkness is a lie? How you saved her?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you. You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
Or what? What can you do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
You betrayed your own
Where did this
father.
come from?
You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of the battle. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Behind you. Careful, Sam. Watch out.
to kind of evacuate from this area.
Watch out.
Shit.
Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle. Stop. You're killing yourself. Watch out.
Fucking.
You're going to die.
I wonder if I'm not meant to win this.
Careful, Simon.
I don't think I'm meant to win this. I don't think I'm meant to win this.
Let go. You're killing yourself.
Shit.
You're going to die. You're killing yourself. Behind you. Let go of your battle. Let go of Dillion.
Fuck. Maybe I should have finished that earlier.
you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know it. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it.
She's a bit crispy.
But if you won't, you will have to kill me. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. And you will have no power over me.
Oh shit. We dead, chat. We dead.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senna. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Semir. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day, a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
Oh no. Oh. It's the rocks. The darkness is back. The darkness is working. Wait. What is it? It feels... It's different. It feels... It's okay. Is it okay?
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness.
It's hard to tell how mixed up you feel, hoping what you need is behind every door.
Wow.
Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change, 'cause everyone has hopes. You're human after all. The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else, feeling as though you never belong. This feeling is not sadness, this feeling is not joy. I truly understand. Please don't cry now.
That game
Don't go. I want you to
was
stay.
good.
I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world
Definitely recommend playing this,
trying to change you.
even on just to play the story again. It's really, really good. Enjoyed that. Probably give it a very solid 8 out of 10, definitely.
Lay claim divine purpose blesses them. Well, that's not what I believe.
10 out of 10 for voice acting.
Matter anyway. A part of your soul ties you to the next
Story,
world.
so it was really good. I really enjoyed that.
But I'm still not sure. But what I
Bit freaky in the middle.
is to us the world is different.
3/4 of the way through.
To the world, I guess you would know that.
Some of the bits were a little bit confusing as well. I think that's because I'm just thick.
I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that
It took... Seriously, you missed it. My god. Pixie, I'm removing you as a mod. You spilled your drink. Well, it's lucky it'll be on the VOD. It was... I don't know what bit you missed from. I don't know what bit you missed from. But the feels, man. I won't ask why you spilt it.
Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please.
Well,
Please don't leave here. I don't
you
want
can go back 30 minutes and watch it later. Definitely recommend it.
you to feel the world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Oh, please don't leave here. I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you feel. This
Could actually make a movie out of this, to be honest. It'd be a pretty cool movie.
to change you.
I'm just wondering if there's anything at the end of the credits, just in case. We'll hang around. Oh my god, Puck! Seriously, you're back. You two have just missed what was the end of a... Wish I wasn't. Wow. Well, you just missed the end of a good story. It's been a long time since I played a story game like this from start to finish. And this is definitely one of those ones I would say I recommend that you have a go at if you can get past the psychological part, which at parts is pretty damn freaky. It's certainly top of your list. No, I can't remember how much I picked this up for. It was pretty cheap. That's why I was playing it. I'm just wondering, as I say, if there's anything at the end. Maybe not. Might just have a look at the Hellblade feature.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Who is it?
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming. Is it?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Psychosis.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer.
Maybe she imagined it all.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senuna in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall called Hadrian's Wall that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis.
Just you,
In
Puck.
the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No comment.
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wild.
Technicality.
Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was Druth, meaning fool, or
liar,
one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end.
The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky.
The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. mental illness such as psychosis is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate
Nice
that
one,
these two
Puck.
words are so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences
Too many question
perceptions
marks.
when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Wellcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with
He doesn't know what he's on about.
and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides
He's mad
a
and you
fresh
think he does.
perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming.
Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving
Canadian,
in
eh?
a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate
Rude.
something we have no
Twitch
first-hand
ban.
experience of?
Boobs.
Professor Charles Fernyhope, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance,
What's
they
he
can
doing?
appear right there in your ear, they can seem
Get
to be coming
arrested
from
for that.
inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhope provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio.
Of course it is.
We recorded the actors using a binaural
terrible.
microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Can't see how she's going.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with two young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also, crucially, listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the vision or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
That was the best bit. I wanted to stay there when we got to that tree. I was like, keep me here.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Feel like this, read like this, I just wanna.
So they're thoughts of people who suffer from mental illness, by the looks of it.
I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
Not all.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard
you've
of
lost
a
that
girl
one
who has
puck.
to live with an angry voice screaming at
Lost
her,
the flow of that
slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations, or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect
lost
of
that pun.
psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind
Pixie's Twitch broke as well earlier.
Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness.
It wasn't me this time, which was good.
People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
Twitching out.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and inspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillion sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question, is what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. There was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
Come on, find the shapes.
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
You two are terrible.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the,
playing it in 3D
environment in which they've been placed with all of this strange
VR.
uncertainty.
Can you imagine playing this in VR?
And conflicting information that they
God,
get.
hell no.
I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution
Too busy spilling your tea to wear VR.
I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
Hellbladehelp.info. Well, at least it's on a serious note. At least it was a game that was based upon fact rather than kind of thrown together kind of rubbish. That's what I don't know. There's obviously watching it, and obviously then there's playing it. Obviously you've kind of missed bits and pieces, but I think it's certainly a different game playing it than it is probably watching it. So yeah, if it comes up cheap and you fancy a game that's different but not too long, then as I say, certainly recommend it. It's yeah, it's good. Enjoyed it. Thank you very much for hanging out and going along the path to hell and back. If you missed the end, I'll certainly recommend watching it. Certainly like the last 10 minutes, definitely. And if you want to catch up with what happened, so there's a playlist on YouTube. There's a collection on Twitch as well, so you can just go to collections on my channel. You can watch it there, and obviously just skip through little bits. But to be honest, it's worth a watch through, and I'll be putting it on as a VOD, the collection on as a VOD anyway, at some point, just so you can catch up with it then. And yeah, so that is it. It's good timing. A little bit longer than I thought. I thought I only had like an hour or so left when I started, but I think that was what's the up time? I don't know about what time I started now. Oops, 2 hours. Yeah, so it's been about 2 hours it took, so yeah, it's not been too bad. I'm the only one here, there's no need to promote. But it comes up on the screen, Puck, you know? But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever it is that you're up to. I shall be back maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. We shall see. I don't know what game to play. I need to get back in Final Fantasy. maybe Final Fantasy 13. If I don't play that, then I've not really got any other kind of games on the go. Might do some Fortnite or whatever, but we'll see. That's it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't see you. Have a good day tomorrow. And I will speak to you soon. So goodbye, people. It's Highline. It's Highline U. That is my name. Highline UK. Duh. It's like you're not Pixie. You're Electra Pixie, whether you like it or not. So deal with it. Highline UK is me. Because I can't change it. You know what?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
So there. I've not misspelt it. What are you on about? Just remember.
Who's your daddy?
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, goodbye. Goodbye.